Greetings petrolheads, my name's the Tom here on my gaming channel, and it's time for another episode of Automation, the car company tycoon game. So today I'm gonna be building a 70's sports coupe because I really love this. Where is it? What the heck? Please. Yeah, this one. That one. I like that one. Really like this body shell, so this is what I'm gonna use here. And yeah, we're gonna create a little bit of a swoop here. Like that, and make this a little bit lower, and then drag this forward just a little bit, and we got a pretty nice shape, I would say. And now of course we're gonna add some fixtures. No, first we're gonna make this from a monocoque, galvanized steel, longitudinal McPherson's, and double wishbones in the rear end, because why not? And the body is gonna be made from fiberglass because it's lighter than handmade aluminium, and we want this car to be light. So what are we gonna do about the headlights? Let me worry about the grille first. And for the grille, we are going to choose this one. I think would be pretty good. Pretty well suited for this kind of body. Sure. Let's put this down like so. Actually, no. Those times are gone. That is better, and now we can put an indicator like here, and then the headlights are gonna be like wait a minute, what? Please? Can I put them anywhere? Oh. Yeah, so I can put them down here, and then I can make them smaller, and then I can drag them up here. Okay, so if that's how it works, then alright. I'm not super thrilled about that, but it is what it is, and we cannot put these headlights where they're normally supposed to be, which is kind of interesting. Let's instead put the indicators further on the, no, not on the outside. Please, come on, just let me. Okay, you know what? We're not gonna go for round indicators then. Instead, we're gonna use these ones, and we're gonna put them down here. Put the badge like here, and a number plate like there in the center, because we can't put it anywhere else than in the center anyway. And something like this. Okay, good. And then let us put something on the bonnet to emphasize that it's actually a sporty car. Like that. And we might put something else, like these. Yeah, that's good. Okay, I'm content with that. And we're obviously gonna need some door handles. I think these would fit quite well. And or should we actually go for chrome ones? Yeah, they fit the style better because there's so much chrome on this car already. And now for the rear end. We're going to actually emphasize the kind of rounded body that this thing has, and I think it works best with one of these grills. No, but not with that structure. There we go. And then, of course, we're gonna need some taillights in there. I'm not quite sure how I want them to look just yet. Probably just normal rounded taillights. And let's give them some chrome surroundings. And leave a little bit of space here. I think that makes it look a little bit more dynamic. And of course we are gonna need indicators as well, which is what these will do for us. That kind of looks like a classic Ferrari, doesn't it? And as far as I know, a Ferrari is a sports car, so I think it would fit the theme pretty well. Alrighty then. Let's finish it off with some chrome here. Like so. The number plate can go either here, which is where I think I'm gonna leave it, or it could also go down here, below the chrome bar. And of course we still need some exhausts. Put these ones, I think. And something else maybe down here. Like so, yeah. I like that. Should we put down... Should we put one of these, but like so? Yeah, I think that actually looks good. Yeah. Let's leave it on there. And now we're gonna repaint this thing. Dark blue fits it well. And of course it's only rear-wheel drive because that's the only option we get. This is a 1975 Coupe. We're gonna give this thing an inline 6 engine. And let's make it aluminium. It's kind of a tough choice. And let's give it quad cams because those were not as rare as you might think in 1975. or at least they already existed. And yeah, it's just, we might as well use them, right? So we can probably give this like, you know what, I built one of these cars semi-recently, now that I think about it. And it had, I think, a 4.2 liter inline-six or something like that. However, I really like this body shell, and I'm gonna just stick to it and basically build as many of these as I want, but after this one, no more for a little while. Unless it's a replica, of course, which you guys suggested. A 4D cam profile should be relatively fine. I think we're not gonna turbocharge this thing. No. Quad barrel. Twin carburetor. So this is gonna be an 8-pack, not a 6-pack. What about that, Dodge or Chrysler? We're gonna make this thing a little bit, not to say futuristic, but at least high-tech, quote-unquote, with running it on regular fuel, which will allow us to put a cat on this engine, which was by no means at all standard in 1975. So for that reason, we're gonna we already added this catalytic converter. Okay, so it looks like we're knocking. Yeah, badly. Alrighty then, so we get 211 horsepower. Pistons are reaching their RPM limit. I already got the best pistons that I have available. Let's change the bore and stroke ratio actually. So I might be able to make this a little bit bigger. So, and then increase the stroke, so we're back at 4 liters. Alrighty, and is our reliability better now? It is. It actually is. So, 211 horsepower is not as much as I might want, though. So we might want to increase the rev limit just ever so slightly, and we did, but we got valve float. That's surprising. Not at 5500 RPM. You know what? Let's turbocharge this thing. Let's make it a real torque monster. And of course that's gonna require super low compression ratio. You cannot go for more than 0.6 bars anyway, because the carburetor does not allow for much more boost than that. Okay, so there's that. We obviously should decrease the turbine size so that the turbo will spool up earlier. Like so. Actually, the compressor size seems like a better choice of what parts to make smaller. Yeah, I like this now. We got a good amount of torque. We can of course still increase the cam profile. That's not helping us too much. $43 seems like a good idea. Yeah, let's leave it as is. 244 horsepower, maybe a little bit more. Yeah, 250. 250 horsepower is definitely enough for 1975. And we got a pretty nice torque curve. And the usable power band. Of course, being a sports car, we want this to be to have a manual gearbox. And of course, we're not gonna stick with like what it suggested us, like 130 not horsepower but kilometers per hour top speed. It's just way too low. I did not flare the wheel arches. Well, they didn't have flared wheel arches in the 70s, did they? What that means is that we're gonna be stuck with 175s on the rear end with, or actually 195s. Yeah, 195s on the rear end with 250 horsepower. Awesome. Let's put it on sports tires. And what kind of rims? These ones, I think. Or those, yeah. Gonna go for these ones. And then brakes are gonna be vented discs. We're gonna go for fully clad undertray because it's available. We do have a lip on the rear end, so let's reduce that angle. And cooling does not need to be this high. You can give it a little bit of aero quality because we do have this little lip that is very quote-unquote advanced for a road car in 1975, so we might as well be able to justify 5 quality in aero. And 2 seats, standard interior, standard entertainment, power steering, ABS, standard safety, standard springs, gas monotube, dampers, passive sway bars, and in a sport setting with a little bit of a raised ride height. And then we get absolutely terrible drivability and sportiness is what we get. Actually 30 comfort and safety are the highest stats in this thing, which are the ones I worried about the least. So yeah, alright, let's go for 4 speeds actually. Like that, yeah. Viscous LSD did give us some more sportiness and drivability. The automatic locker is very good for acceleration time, but it will not give us as much drivability and sportiness as the viscous LSD. And we do have too much overdrive, or at least a good bit of overdrive, if you wanna put it in, if you wanna put it that way. 24.1 mpg is not great, of course. This gives us more and more drivability. 20? 20.1. Okay. Sure, and 24.9 mpg, why not? What about the brakes? We got more than enough to justify making the pad types less aggressive. Then on the suspension we have so much understeer. Like honestly so much understeer that we really have to try and change something about that. I'm not really sure what, because tires play a big role, and if I had wider front tires, then that would minimize understeer and we would have a better graph right here. That makes things worse. Well, that didn't help really. This does nothing. So we're gonna increase the spring stiffness so much that we're at least gonna have a somewhat acceptable yaw graph, but with tires like these it's a little bit of a long shot. So what about this now? Good. All right. Ride height does not affect things at all. So at least this is better than where we started out with, but it's still my fault for not flaring the wheel arches. However, I think that's still fine. We got a sports car that does 0 to 100 in 7 seconds. Kilometers an hour, of course. 242 kilometers an hour top speed. And I think that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button, it helps out a great deal. Subscribe if you want to see more in the future, but for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.